This is my Kuiu early to mid-season kit, and today I'm selling it all. All right, so I got trucker's hat, Peloton, excuse me, Peloton 118. This is like a nice lightweight layer. You can also put it on under things. It acts to be a little bit of a warmth layer or base layer. Strong fleece 260, which is incredibly warm, and the Kuiu Attack pant, which I've actually done another video on where I called this the most comfortable pant I've ever owned. I still stick to that. So I'm gonna start off by saying I'm selling this stuff not because there's some inherent flaw with Kuiu or I've had some sort of problem with this equipment. This equipment has been awesome. It's performed exactly the way you want it to. It dries quickly, very lightweight, and the pattern looks a little weird, but it works. I've had several situations where I've been up real close with deer on the ground. You know, obviously I had some brush and some stuff around me, but it didn't seem like the deer noticed me being there at all. Obviously, the wind was in my favor too. But you might ask, if I'm so satisfied with this, why would I get rid of it? Well, there's a couple factors behind that. So, number one, I've become a huge fan of wool, blended wool materials, and there's a company, I'll be sharing their products with you in just a second, that uses blended wool in almost everything they make. And I've been using some of their products, and I really like it. Kuiu doesn't really have a big area for that. They do have some of their base layers and stuff that are wool, but they really don't have too much else in favor of the wool, or as far as wool goes. The other thing is price point, because I really want to build a universal system across the board for very early season, early, mid to late, and I'd like it if I had all my gear across the board being the same. Just because I kind of know what to expect. And some of these companies too, they intentionally build like layering systems that fit in within their own gear. For me with Kuiu, and let's face it, nowadays any hunting equipment's expensive. I mean, even you can even go to Walmart. You used to be able to pick up a whole kit for like 150 bucks. Nowadays, you're going to get a jacket and maybe a pair of lightweight pants or a shirt or something, right? So it's just expensive no matter what route you go. But some of these companies are very expensive. Kuiu is one of them. So I don't know necessarily that I want to keep buying other pieces of equipment at their price point. Now they do have sales and things like that where you can get the stuff considerably cheaper. I've been using this other brand kind of on and off, a couple pieces here, a couple pieces there, and I really like it. And in fact, that's why I'm selling this, is because I'm selling this mid-season kit to purchase another mid-season kit from this other company. And just like that, I'm back. It's about a week later. I sold the Kuiu gear. In fact, I had a guy come in within the hour that I filmed that last little section where I had the gear in hand, paid me, took the cash at the bank, threw it in the bank, ordered my brand new gear. So this is my brand new mid-season kit. It's from this company, Code of Silence. This is actually their, they call it FareWinds collection. And this is the LR TecHoodie, as well as the LR Tech pant. Now I'm really excited about this stuff. I picked up some Code of Silence gear a few months ago. Got it on sale, and I absolutely loved it. One of the big features I like a lot about it is the fact that it's a lot of it's made with merino wool. It's like a blended wool. So here's what we got with the hoodie. Got the tags and everything still on this, but this is a blended 80-20. And yeah, you know what? I'll just go ahead and throw this on. That way you can see some of the features on this. Now for starters, I want to say there's a ton of stuff about this that I really, really like. For one thing, this camo pattern, which is like a super neutral pattern. The other piece of equipment I got is kind of like a mid-layer kit. It's kind of a darker, actually it looks like this. A little bit darker, still the same pattern style. but it blends in super, super well in just about any condition I've seen it up against. But so first off though, one of the main things I really like about this is the length and the fit. I got an XL. I always like to kind of go XL up top. I like things a little loose. One of the issues I had with the Kuiu gear that I had, that 260 strong fleece, was it was extremely form-fitting, even on XL. I mean, super, super tight, and it was real short as well. I mean, it went to like right above my belt line, or right at my belt line. This is a bit longer. It's more comfortable. Pockets are here, not up here like it was with the strong fleece. Some features here with this, and it's kind of interesting. I don't know if you can see that very well, but there's like, you know, the kangaroo pocket here. There's an internal kangaroo pocket for some added warmth. It's real soft on the inside of that. I don't know if I call it loft, but it's definitely got kind of a soft texture to it. It feels really warm. And I love this. So it's got this zipper pocket, and I've seen other videos where people talk about putting their keys and stuff in there. I don't personally care to put gear in my pocket. I usually leave it in my backpack. But this catches my attention because I use an electric hand warmer instead of the hot hand. Sometimes I use those, but the electric ones I like a lot. I'm always nervous about loosening those things. I can drop that right in here on a nice cool day, and that's going to keep my hands nice and toasty for hours. That's an awesome feature. Another thing I like a lot too is the actual length of this. This goes down nice and deep. That's going to be great for dumping heat. I've also got side zips, so again, able to dump heat on those days when it is warming up a little bit or moving around a lot more. It's got this nice mesh lining too, so I don't have to worry about ticks, bugs, anything falling in there, crawling in there. So that is super, super nice. Of course, you got the chest pocket, which this is kind of ideal for me, especially saddle hunting. I've come to love the chest pocket because, you know, if you're sitting there leaning back in a tree messing with your phone, something comes in, you very discreetly pop that away, grab your bow, do what you need. And despite the fact that this is a little bit baggy, it still has this nice shooter's cut to it. So drawing a bow back is not going to be a problem. I don't have too much bulk right here, you know, bagginess. So even putting a rifle up, crossbow, whatever, I don't have to worry about getting caught on just tufts or whatever. But that is really, really cool. And it's got this hood that's cut back as well, which is great because whether you're wearing a hat, beanie, no hat, you know, nothing on your head, when you turn your head sideways, you can see everything. So having that cut back is great because, you know, if you've been out before and you got those real baggy ones on, you know, you end up with something like that where you got your head cut and you know, you can see out one eye and the other eye is blocked. But this one, I mean, I can move around, no issue. I can see everything. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. I like it a lot. Now, if I'm not mistaken, where'd my phone go? So the thickness on this too, this is actually a pretty thick hoodie. It's I want to say 300 and, where are we at here? I want to say it's like 360 gram, might be 350, somewhere in that range. 340. So if you're familiar with like the First Light furnace base layers, their base layers are 350, and I believe theirs is a 90-10 or 95-5 merino wool blend. This is again 80-20, and this is 340. This thing is definitely very heavy, but it doesn't feel that like I'm that way down. The material doesn't feel super thick. It feels thick enough to be very, very comfortable as a mid-season kit. So I'm extremely excited about this. Now with the pants, I'm not going to throw those on, but same type of thing. This is that 340 gram 80-20 blend. You got what you'd expect, some standard pockets here. It's got a little knife thing there. That's not too big a deal for me because I usually keep, like I said earlier, my knives, keys, wallets, all that stuff in my bag. You've got some front zip pockets, which those are great, especially if you're saddle hunting or even just in a tree stand. You can stick some stuff there. It's really easy to get to. And one thing I like a lot about these is this full length. So as stated earlier, I got rid of my Kuiu attack pants. They had a side zip from here to here, so kind of short, kind of high. This one goes way down, which is going to be great for dumping heat when you're moving, or when I'll be moving. Um, Again, it's got that netting on the inside, so I don't have to worry about ticks, bugs, or anything like that crawling in on me. And this material too, as mentioned, even for it being as thick as it is and being that blended merino, very stretchy. I don't know if they call that a four-way stretch. Ooh, I just noticed something else too. Something I didn't notice earlier. But it's got a lot of stretch, a lot of give. I've already kind of put these on even though the tags are on. It's extremely comfortable. But something else I just noticed, you can see stitching here where the knees are at, and it's got these little hems. But there's actually added material here. The knee is thicker than this part and thicker than up here. So it looks like you've got, again, more material there. I don't know how much or how that's set up, but it's definitely a lot thicker at the knee. So yeah, that's awesome. Really excited about that. And you know, one of the things I like about the versatility of the merino, like right now it's 72 degrees out. I'm wearing this heavyweight. I mean, it's a midweight is what it's for, but compared to other stuff I have, I would call this kind of heavy, a heavyweight hoodie. I feel great. I don't feel hot. I'm obviously just standing in front of a camera. I'm not moving around a ton or doing a ton of stuff, but feels awesome. Super excited about it. The last thing I picked up is the Naponi mitt, and this goes with that Naponi base layer I got that I mentioned earlier in the video. This is cool. You got a little strap here. I like fingerless gloves, and this one's also a blended merino. It's 310 gram thickness, which is great, and it's a 3664 merino poly cross knit blend. So I do know that the other base layer I have, not these two, but the one that made me want to buy these, super comfortable, super warm. This feels just like that, so these are going to come in great use as well for that mid-season transitioning over to late season. So awesome stuff. But over the last, couple years, I've really just gotten into merino blends for several reasons. Warmth to weight ratio is phenomenal. Doesn't hold odor, dries quick, and like I said a moment ago, even in warmer conditions like I'm in right now, wearing this, I feel pretty fine. So you got a really wide range of applicable temperatures you can wear it in. When you layer it appropriately, you can dip down to some really cold temperatures. So super excited to wear this upcoming hunting season. Yeah, it's mesh. Forgot to mention that too. These pockets are like a mesh breathable. Same thing on the pants. But yeah, really looking forward to this gear. I am going to be picking up more stuff. In fact, some of the really heavy stuff for late season. But I'll keep you in the loop with this, let you know how it's going, especially through the season, what my opinions are on it. But I can tell you right now, just kind of through my experience, I think I'm going to really enjoy wearing this stuff, and I think it's going to make me very comfortable in the woods and allow me to sit longer and have more opportunities. So have a great day. We'll see you in the woods.